Hey everybody, Jeff here, and today we're taking a look at the 10 most valuable Zapdos cards in the Pokemon TCG history. So to make this list a little more interesting, I'll only be using one version of an artwork presented. So like for example, for base set, there's first edition base set, there's base set, unlimited, there's, sometimes base set 2, there's like no rarity symbol, shadowless first edition. There's so many different versions of that, artwork. So we're only gonna be using one version of that artwork. So starting off at number 10 is going to be the Galarian Zapdos V alternate art from Chilling Reign. I know, right? The 10th most valuable card of Zapdos ever, and it's a very recent card. So this alt art card really does look amazing from Chilling Reign. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Galarian Zapdos, but it's whatever. So it goes for about $181 at a PSA 10. And as of right now, I'm recording for the video, PSA reports that there's 84 of these PSA 10s in existence. So it's kind of a rare card to get in a PSA 10 right now. There's only 84. Now, granted, once prices, plummet for, hopefully, for grading PSA cards, it'll drop down quite a bit, but the art really does look amazing. Chilling Reign, a very recent set, the silver borders, and of course the alt art looks really good. You have Zapdos just running up the side of a mountain. All right, so moving on, number 9 is gonna be a very interesting card. It's a Zapdos EX, but a Black Star promo from 2005. So I have a picture of a PSA 8 here because I actually couldn't find any like clean pictures of PSA 10, but this card is extremely rare to get in a PSA 10. So first of all, this card, in 2005, Pokemon wasn't super popular at that time. So a lot of these like Ruby Sapphire, like EX cards were, not preserved very well. So with that being said, there's only 11 PSA 10s of this Zapdos EX promo card in existence, which will run you about $303, give or take, if you wanted to pick one up right now. So to be fair, with the population of 11, for $300, it's really not that bad at all, with only 11 cards of those in existence on PSA 10. The artwork is a little generic to me personally, but I do really like these silver borders of the EX era cards. So moving on, at number 8, we have a very interesting card. I love this one so much. So it's a Pokemon Rumble promo card, and you got the cutest little Zapdos ever, level 41 Zapdos, a 2009 Pokemon Rumble Zapdos card. I have a picture of a PSA 9 because I couldn't find a clean PSA 10 picture, but this is actually pretty rare as well because there are only eight of these PSA 10 cards of Zapdos Pokemon Rumble version in existence. It'll run you about $321, which again, for a super insanely low population, you would assume that the price would be a lot higher, but it just isn't. I just love this art so much because it looks so cute. It honestly does. Okay, so moving on, number 7 is going to be a 2003 E-Series Aquapolis Zapdos holo card. I think the artwork for this card looks absolutely amazing. Only 8 HP, doesn't really look like it's like that great of a card. I don't really know the TCG very well, to be honest, but a PSA 10 will run you about $800. That's more like it. $800 for like these older cool cards, but the population is kind of good at 85 PSA 10s, just about the same area of the Galarian V alt art Zapdos from Chilling Reign, like we said earlier. But like I said, the artwork is absolutely amazing. I really do love this artwork here. This is like one of those like only old cards that has like a sick artwork to me. A lot of times I'm not like the biggest fan of the old arts. It just doesn't look as good as, and personally, it doesn't look as good as some of the newer ones. But this looks absolutely amazing. Decent pop report, $800, pretty standard. Moving on to number 6 is gonna be a classic, the first edition Fossil Zapdos holo card. 1999, so yeah, very old. So first edition, this will run you about $850. So this Zapdos card is gonna have the biggest pop report for the video. 314 of these exist in a PSA 10. Very standard, artwork. Pokemon is just starting, so they didn't really know, how to make things look super amazing and awesome yet. Holo first edition, that stamp will get you a lot of money too. And yeah, I mean, just a very good classic, good card. It's Fossil. What's not to like about it? So at number 5, we have a very interesting card, 2009 Pokemon Platinum Supreme Victor's holographic. A very interesting card, Zapdos level 30, just a normal holographic. And this is well past the EX era. So it's very interesting how this card is super expensive when it's just a holo. It's very interesting. Platinum was also a era where, the Pokemon TCG wasn't very popular, but PSA 10 will run you about $1,000 for this card. And with only 23 of these in existence. Wow, that's insane. 23 pop report and $1,000. It's a very interesting card. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever spend like $1,000 on it because Zapdos isn't my favorite Pokemon, but yeah, it's just interesting. Wow, cool. All right, moving on, number 4 is actually an insane card. Actually insane. I love this card so much. So 2002 Legendary Collection Zapdos Reverse Holo Foil. I love the reverse holos from Legendary Collection. I mean, like, it's literally a flashbang. It'll just blind you alive. I mean, it's just like, especially when the light hits it, like, I've never held one in person, but I've seen videos of them. This is so amazing. So a PSA 10 just over above the Supreme Victor's one of $1,075, you know, on average, give or take, with a population of 39. So not a big pop report at all in PSA 10s. And it'll run you over $1,000, so that's pretty interesting. All right, cracking into the top 3 is Team Rocket's Zapdos. You guys knew that this one had to be in there, right? Team Rocket Zapdos, you know, holo first edition version, of course, PSA 10. So this will run you about $1,200, you know, of course, give or take, depending on, you know, the auction and stuff and how the market's going. With a population of 205. So 205 of these in existence at PSA 10, which is a pretty healthy pop report. That's actually one of the higher ones on the list. But it is one of the most expensive. It's very old, you know, first edition, of course. So that stamp will get you, you know, a lot more expensive. Pretty interesting artwork. I love how Zapdos is kind of in the, you know, in the dark clouds and just beaming down whatever lightning strike he's got going on. Of course, it's Team Rocket Zapdos, so, you know, it's just a little more interesting there. So, yeah. Moving on to number 2 is going to be a pretty interesting card. 2004 Pokemon EX Team Rocket Returns Holo Zapdos. So these actually are really awesome. Again, I love the silver borders of some of these EX cards. Now, I will say the artwork is kind of like weird. It's like a weird, like Windows 2000 mixed with claymation kind of artwork, but since it is pretty rare with the population report of only 59, I have a PSA 9 picture in here. It should be a PSA 10. I couldn't really find a good PSA 10 picture. So there's only 59 PSA 10s in existence, and it'll run you about $1,207. So like it's like literally neck and neck with the Rocket Zapdos. I just did the calculations, and the median for this one was just $7 more than the median of before. So I was like, okay, I guess this one's a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, interesting card. I like the original Rocket Zapdos better, but you know, the Team Rocket Returns one is also a really nice card. Okay, so moving on to number 1. What is the most expensive Zapdos card in the history of the Pokemon TCG? Of course, it has to be the first edition base set Zapdos. So like I said, there's a ton of different, you know, versions, whether it's like no rarity, whether it's, you know, Japanese or base set 2 or blah, 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 or whatever. But, you know, shadowless, you know, gray stamp. This one actually, this picture right here actually looks like it's a gray stamp one. So the first edition stamp looks like that the printer didn't have like a ton of ink right there, so they made a gray instead of black. Of course, getting that first edition stamp is really gonna run you a lot of money. It really is. But of course, I mean, you know, it's an amazing card. We knew it was gonna be up here. What more can you expect? Guys, let me know in the comments below on what other Pokemon you'd like me to make a video on. So far for the series, I've done Mewtwo, and now I did Zapdos. So what other Pokemon would you like to see? I'd like to preferably save Charizard a little bit later, but if you guys really want Charizard, we can do Charizard. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, Jippy out!